Do you really think the Chinese would just forgive a $5 million loan if they weren't getting something big out of it? Really? They were getting Joe Biden. Hunter may have been the bag man of the whole operation, but Joe was the one running the show, according to Tony Bobulinski. Senator Chuck Grassley is the one leading this investigation into the Biden family, and he's been hearing directly from whistleblowers, and he joins us now. So I know you're going to follow the facts, Senator. I may be getting ahead of things. I know you're not going to be getting ahead of things. Where do we stand right now, and what are you hearing?
Well, first of all, the letter lays it out pretty clear. We have seen documents that these whistleblowers have shown us. We've read them. My team has gone through them thoroughly, and we know what there is at the Justice Department and the FBI. And so our letters are to get them to let them know what we know, and to get them to tell us what they're doing with it, if anything. And we're trying to embarrass them into saying to do their job. And the public has a right to know this. What I hear in Iowa is that people are sick and tired of the unequal application of the law. And you see this in the Justice Department and the FBI with this Hunter case throughout.
If you have evidence from whistleblowers that show that the FBI is sitting on evidence that may directly involve criminally the President of the United States, and they're not doing anything about it, how big,
well, the document.
How big is this thing getting?
Well, listen, the documents speak for themselves, and I want to know what their response to it. If it involves the President of the United States, the public has a right to know that. But we ask these questions. With these and other instances of our investigation, we get no answer. Congress is entitled to this answer. The American people are entitled to this answer, and that's the purpose of my letter.
If, in fact, Joe Biden, as vice president or as president or before he became president, was doing something illegal and was being bribed or compromised by foreign nationals, our enemies, and the FBI was protecting him, follow me here.
I wish I could tell you for certain.
Right, but what would that mean if you took over in the Senate? What would that lead you to do as a leader in the Senate?
Okay. Well, let me say this. If we're in the majority, I'll be chairman of the Judiciary Committee, and whether in that position, I think you're in a stronger position to demand answers to your questions. They seem to ignore ranking members or members of the minority party. That isn't right, but that's the way it is. And as chairman of the committee, I intend to follow the facts and the money where it leads me. But I intend to do that even if I'm not chairman of the committee, because that's my reputation of following the facts and the money till I get to the bottom of it. Yeah, and this is just one more step. And we've got sound information from the whistleblowers within the department of these documents, and they show bad things, and the American people are entitled to know what the Justice Department is doing with them.
Yep, we sure are entitled to that. Thank you very much for following the money, and I think we all know where it's going to lead. We appreciate you joining us, Senator Chuck Grassley, Iowa.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.